Alright. Do this video talking about just the unraveling of life and taking an opportunity to understand that, conflict is inevitable, change is part of the process of feeling, and just interpretation is changing. And when immense change comes, when big conflicts come, takes a little bit of diligence and time and a little bit of effort to, unravel the strings of life into a desired outcome so that you can become the entity that you want to be rather than somebody who is just influenced consecutively, whatever. It's part of taking it's a little bit of control at the same time, of self-control, of being able to just see a mess, see some knots, and look at them deeply, intuitively, and make the choices that will help you get to the place where you want to be, rather than impulsive and anger and conveniency. Because I could take all these strings and go, fuck, and then get super mad. It's really easy to, actually, but it's a lot more rewarding, and it's a lot more efficient to be patient, calm, and diligent in the process of unraveling life, because there are times where impulsive primal instincts are very needed. But when it comes to major conflict of the mind and major conflict of life, it's probably very beneficial to take your time, to understand what you're doing, to understand the outcome, number one, that you want to achieve so that you can get there. But also understanding that it's going to take you a minute, not just a minute as in time, but it's going to take you some energy and some of your personal, life force or whatever to unravel your own conflicts of yourself and of your internal environment, and that manifests into problems of your external environment as well, the way you look at things, the way you perceive things, the way you do things. If they're problematic, you have to understand that it's no one's going to unravel these strings for you. And if they do, then the desired outcome isn't going to be what you desired, because it'll be a version of yourself that was carved by somebody else. And that's not you. I mean, it is you, but it's you living, or that other person living through your actions as well. And it's almost diluting in the way that would kind of, process or whatever. Either way. I'm unraveling some blinds in a garage. I'll show you. Trying to fix the camera. I don't really have much going on. Oh. But, like, for example, personally, I feel it. Like, I'm really unraveling some strings in my mind of just patterns of things I want to get rid of, patterns of things I would like to take up, people I want to meet, people I'd like to stop being around as much, yada, 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 yada. It's subjective to who I am. And of making videos about myself often is not very progressive, really, because even though I am an extension of us, my personal subjective circumstances don't really resonate with you. So when I go into detail about parts of me that are not also parts of you, then it's not really learning. It's kind of a story. And now, a metaphor and a story is something that you can internalize, and you can make the choice of you know, dissecting and understanding. But either way, it's a little distracting. But I'm just killing some time, as well as explaining and understanding who I am and what I'm doing. Because nothing is coincidence.